Juice. Advantage Edberg.
Serving well placed, 3-love. Good lead, 1 set to love and 3-love. So far so good for Stefan Edberg, 6-3 and 3-love, and so far so good for Tim Henman out in the wilds of court 5. He leads Roberto Jabali of Brazil, 6-2 and 4-3, going with serve in the second set.
Poor old Krajicek can't get anything right. One of those embarrassing moments when you bounce the ball and it hits your left foot.
15 long.
Well, that'll let some of the congealed oil that seems to be in his joints release it and get it flowing, perhaps, a shot like that.
$40-15.
Four double faults from Krajicek in this match so far.
First serve. Krajicek.
3-1 at 1 set to love.
Edberg leads 3-1.
Since he won Wimbledon, Krajicek has been in high places. Well, I suppose at his height, he's been in high places all his life, or most of it. So it's probably been quite difficult to come down to workaday things. This month he was runner-up to Chang in Los Angeles, but coming into the US Open he lost to Enquist in the third round of Cincinnati, and he lost to Jan Simmerink in the quarterfinals in New Haven. Not in the best of form.
I think he heard you. You got me in suspense here with this height business. You were talking about him being at heights, and I was wondering whether he was doing a bit of steeple climbing. Were you referring to his spell in the mountains after Wimbledon?
I didn't know about that. You tell us that.
Well, that's where he went immediately after Wimbledon. He does it every year, and he spends some time up in the glaciers, and I really thought that was what you were going to come out with. You said he's up in the heights, and then you tell us he's lost to Simmerink and Enquist.
30-15.
I just wonder how long it takes a man to come down again, though.
All.
There hasn't been much of an investigation of the Edberg forehand today at all. Krajicek just hasn't, I don't think, got enough shots back, and Edberg hasn't put too many feet wrong.
Juice. Advantage Krajicek.
That's Edberg's 5th double fault.
Juice.
Well, fortunately for Edberg, just when it seems that he's going to slip into what, of course, has really been his nightmare over the last few years, that serve and those double faulting, he comes up with something pretty good. Either that or Krajicek's just missing. It's one of those days. He's hit 3 or 4, which could really have tilted the match less to Edberg's advantage had he just made them, but missed by fractions. Seeing Edberg's right foot come close to the line serving from the left court, it reminds me that he hasn't yet been foot faulted. Notorious foot faulter from the right court, rarely from the left.
From that, he needed to.
Well, it's just after 3 in the afternoon here. It's a very warm afternoon. Bit of a breeze, as you can see, ruffling Edberg's hair. Not much of it really gets down onto that court.
Back in the volley again. And this time it gives him a lead of 4-1 in the second set. He already has one set in his pocket. He took the first set 6 games to 3.
Edberg leads 4-1.
And you'll be wanting to know how Tim Henman's getting on. Well, he's still getting on well. He's 2 sets to love up now, 6-2, 6-3 against Roberto Jabali of Brazil, out on court 6, where, in case you haven't been watching all the afternoon or all the morning and forgotten where you are at home, there are no cameras, so we can't show you the match. So we rely on the American host broadcaster. But we're doing the next best thing, which is just keeping up to date with scores. Occurred to me, Prue, that with Kafelnikov already having withdrawn, whether because he's injured, which a doctor's note said he was, or whether because it was a protest over the seeding brouhaha, unless Krajicek wins, we're going to have 4 different Grand Slam champions this year. That's right, isn't it? Becker won the Australian, Kafelnikov the French, Krajicek Wimbledon.
Yes, and we haven't had an American winner of a Grand Slam title this year, apart from Selish at the Australian. So they, of course, will be hoping that that happens here. But Krajicek, to be fair, of course, was injured. One of the reasons why they said they seeded him lower initially was the fact that he was injured in the Long Island tournament. And there was always the thought that he might pull out. I know they're now making a big issue out of the fact, and some players are even making a hero out of him for pulling out, and I think that's totally wrong.
Last time we had 4 different winners of the 4 Grand Slams was not so long ago, 1991, so it's not that unusual an occurrence. Yes, go back to what you were saying about Kafelnikov. He actually, it seemed to me, having already pulled out with a doctor's note because he was injured, rather jumped on the bandwagon, or maybe I'm being a little cynical about that, and said, well, look, you know, I can make a bit of political capital out of this.
We've got an unduly long break here, and we're so far up, I haven't been able to hear at all what has gone on, but Brian Early is down on court. Edberg's, as you can see, got his shirt off. Krajicek is sitting quite normally. But it's almost as if they are waiting for a trainer to appear. Haven't noticed anything, have you, Jerry?
No, I haven't. Krajicek has been terribly unlucky. It is Krajicek, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the men's trainer has been called to court. Thank you.
Is it Krajicek injured?
Well, I really don't know. Edberg's the one with his shirt off, but Krajicek's looking the more despondent, but then that would reflect the scoreline, so I've really no idea. As you can hear, the men's trainer has been called for.
Well, listen, while we're waiting, can I take you back to what we were saying about Kafelnikov and why he pulled out? And, because to take it a stage further, this current contretemps between the ATP players, the men players, and the 4 Grand Slams, I hear noises that Wimbledon won't be as compliant as some people think they might have done over this, and might still hold their ground and insist that they have the right to seed exactly as they wish. And also the point is made that there is a legal contract, it's claimed, between the ATP Tour and the 4 Grand Slams, and this contract has another 3 or 4 years to run.
So what you're saying, of course, is that the lawyers will be wiping their hands and looking forward to some sort of confrontation. I really hope it doesn't come to that. Surely they're sensible enough for that not to happen. The trainer is going to Krajicek, and it looks as if he's attending actually to his face.